Kaleigh Quennec, SC Bern Frauen. Well, first of all, congratulations to the championship, of course, just a few days ago. But before we come to that issue, could you please describe today's game? How did you experience it?
Today's game was quite intense. I think we had a tough time starting the game. It took us a bit of time to build our energy and build our structure, but I think we can be proud of how we finished off. Unfortunately, we lose in overtime, but I think we could have easily scored 4 or 5 goals. Fortunately, today didn't go in, but I think it's good, and we're hopeful for the next game before Worlds against Sweden.
And you also had a chance in the middle of the game, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think I could have probably scored the 3-2 before the end of the game, but sometimes it goes in, sometimes it doesn't. But it was a great play made by my teammates, so I'm really happy that we were able to create chances and get pucks to the net. Unfortunately, it didn't go in today, but I'm sure it'll go in later.
Yeah, and it went in the championship, so again, congratulations. And did you expect that Bern would sweep Zug, because it was such a tight race in the preliminary round with 66 to 65 points, I think.
It was a great season. I think both teams, we really played strong, and obviously, on our side, we lost 4 games against Zug during the preliminary season, and we were not expecting to win 3-0 in all honesty, but I think as soon as we played game 1 and we came out really hard as a team and we played really our structure and we played all together, we knew that we would have a chance of winning not only the first game, but if we did the same thing and we stayed united as a team, we'd be able to go to Zug and win our second game. And those were 2 things that happened, which ultimately led us to being able to maybe win it at home on game 3. And I mean, it was a crazy ending of the game, and I was just really happy to be a part of it and be a part of that team who could lift the trophy at the end of it.
That was a very modest description, being a part of the last minute of the game, because I think everybody knows in women's hockey Switzerland what happened. I think it's called mildly trickly, and sorry for my not very good Schweizerdeutsch. Did you know, oh no, it's the last second and I have to do it, or didn't you know, or did you just think, well, there are still 10 seconds? Did you have a kind of inner counter when you did it?
I knew there was only a few seconds left. I'm usually a playmaker on the ice, so I would have normally instinctively gone for a pass, but I knew that I just had to bring it to the net and hope for the best. And I think that with 0.2 seconds left, it was able to go across the goal line, so I'm really happy that we were able to tie it up and then ultimately leave our top scorer score the last goal and just celebrate as a whole team with all our families and friends.
Great. Before you returned to Switzerland, you studied sport teaching in Montreal, and that also fell in the the COVID-19 period. How did you deal with this period, which was, because that might have been very tough, wasn't it?
Obviously, it was really tough. We were also playing a sport, and I was trying to teach, and it was just really, a whole question of how to adapt to certain situations. And I think that, I was really well supported with my teammates over there and my families and friends. So it was a bit of a tough period, but I think we all went through it. I guess, internationally, it was something that we all kind of had to deal with and had to overcome. But I think that my experience from Montreal was definitely not impacted negatively about COVID-19. I think it was just part of the process, and from that I've learned a lot, and I'm just really happy to be able to graduate with a teaching degree, and definitely in physical education, which is something that's really interesting for me and I have a lot of passion for.
Speaking of very interesting for you, do you intend to be a coach, maybe a hockey coach, after your hockey career on ice?
Yeah, for sure. My career is maybe coming to an end in a few years, and I've been thinking about it already, and I have this passion to share my knowledge and give out my energy and motivate other people, whether it's young kids in schools or ice hockey players on the ice. So for sure I'm thinking about coaching in the next coming chapter of my life.
And we are almost in summer, or it's just spring, but summer is coming, everybody feels it. And I read that your other passion is in summer to do wake surfing. And what is fascinating you on hockey and on wake surfing? Is it maybe this, let's say, lack of gravity, and that you can just glide either over frozen water or over water, or what is it?
I guess there's a comparison to do, it's just being very fluid on the the ice or on the water, and it's having that sense of freedom in the movements that you do. And yeah, I guess summer I love to play tennis, but I also really love wake surfing, and that's something that I was able to grow up with a bit. So it's a great passion of mine when I get to do it in the summers, and obviously try to do it in Switzerland as well. But yeah, there's a bit of a comparison, I guess, with being able to glide on the ice and then glide on the water.
Okay, so don't think about wake surfing, because first there is hockey time, and for the forthcoming World Championships we wish you all the best, and of course afterwards a very nice summer with a lot of wake surfing.
Thank you so much, I really appreciate it.
Thank you very much, Kaleigh Quennec, SC Bern Frauen. Take care.
Have a nice day.